Hi, hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the GSTHST credit. Alright, so GSTHST stands for the Goods and Services Tax and Harmonized Sales Tax. That is a tax-free quarterly payment that helps individuals and families with low and modest incomes offset the GST or HST that they pay. Alright, and you are automatically considered for the GSTHST credits when you file your taxes. However, if you are a newcomer to Canada and you want to get the GSTHST credit, then you will need to complete the form RC151 and then send it to CRA. Alright, and then end of the sessions, I'm going to fill out that form for you. Alright, so let's get started. So in a Google tab, you type GSTHST credit, and then down here you can see the first link in canada.ca. You click on that and then you can see the overview. All right, and then down here you can scroll down and you can see GSTHST credit guide. You select on that and then you can see the guide. Okay, so here you go. It has 13 pages. If you have time, then please review all those informations in here. However, I'm going to summarize the most important things in that guide for you. Okay, and the first one is what it is. GSTHST HST, that is a non-taxable amount paid 4 times per year to individuals and families with low and modest incomes to help offset the GSTHST that they pay. And then eligibility criteria: if you are a resident of Canada for income tax purposes at the end of the month before and at the beginning of the month in which the CRA makes a payment, then you are eligible for. Okay, so you if you are above 19 years old, and then you can apply yourself. If you have a family and if you have a children, and then you can complete the form. And if you have a children under 19 years old, you will need to provide the proof of birth to the CRA as well. Okay. What else? And you will need to have a social insurance number to apply for that benefit, for that credit. I'm sorry. All right. And then you can see in here, if you turn 19 years old, and then do it yourself, and how it is calculated. It is calculated based on the incomes for the previous years. Okay, and when it is paid, it is paid by 4 times per year. That is in July, in October, in January, and in April. And how much that you can expect to receive. And on the screen, you can see for the 2023 base year, you could get up to $519 if you are a single. So it means that for every 4 months you can receive $129.75. Okay, so this amount is for a year, and then it will need to be divided by 4 times per year. Okay, and then if you have a if you are married or you have a common law partner, and then the amount will be $680 per year, and you can receive that only one of you, like the husband or the wife, receive that credit only. Okay, so not both of you. And plus $179 for each child under 19 years of age. Okay, and then when it is recalculated every year. Okay, so that's it. You will need to mail the forms. For example, if you are in Ontario, and then the address will be Sudbury Tax Center in that address. And then if you are living in the other province, and then you can send it to the correct address as you can see on the screen. All right, so now let's get ready to download the form and filling it out. So let's go back to page 5 in the guide, and then you can see the form here, and then you search, And then down here you can see RC151 in Canada.ca. You click on that, and then you can see, like here you can see proof of birth required for the children under 19 years old. Okay, and then here the fillable PDF file. Okay, and then you download it and then you open it. All right, zooming it out so that we can go together. Okay guys, here's the form. Step 1, your information you put in here as your social insurance number, your first name, last name, date of birth, phone, your address. Step 2 is your address. Have you moved from a different province or territory within the last 12 months? Answer based on your situations. Okay, in my situation, no. And your home address probably is the same with the mailing address. Okay, step 3, your marital status. If you are married, then you click on the married. And living, common law, separated, divorced, widows, and single. You can put it in here as your per your situation. All right, and I'm married. I click in the married box, and then the date I got married. And if your marital status has changed since you became a resident of Canada, then you select in one of those. Okay, and if you selected married or living common law, then you put the social insurance number of your spouse over here. Okay, and then you put the first name and last name and her birth date of birth. Okay, if your spouse or common law partner's address is different from yours, then you can enter it here. All right, and step number 4, that is your residency status. A, newcomer to Canada. So in here you enter the date you or your spouse or common law partners became a resident of Canada. You put it in here. Okay, for example only. All right, and then next, if you are a returning resident of Canada, then you put the date in here. All right, this enter the date and then enter the date in here. Okay, and then step number, if it doesn't apply to you, then you just leave it alone. Okay, no need to worry about this like part B. Step number 5 is the information about your children. If you have a children, then you enter their name in here and down with all the personal information. Okay, Peter Smith, male, date of birth, city of birth. Okay, the country. And then does the child live with you more than 60% of the time? Select based on your situations. Okay, and then if yes, and then you can select the date that they started living with you, or maybe since birth. You can just simply click in here, since birth. Okay, if no, then you have to select those into the either this box or this box. And next, child number 2 information you can put in here if you have the second child. All right, if you have more than 2 children, then you can make another sheets of paper, and then you can fill out the child number 3 and number 4, something like that. All right, do the same thing. Step number 6, that is your income. In here they have 3 parts, 3 years. The first one is number A, the year that you became a resident of Canada. Let's say for this year, you came to Canada in 2025. Okay, and then your income, let's say, is 5,000 per year, for example. And then the spouse maybe 0 income, and then I put 0 income. Okay. Number B, that is 1 year before you became a resident of Canada, like before 2025, that was 2024, and your income, let's say it was like 10,000. Okay, and then your spouse income, let's say 0. All right. Whatever your income was, and then you enter it in here, converted into Canadian dollars. Number C, the 2 years before you became a resident of Canada. So that one was in 2023. Yeah. Then your income, it was, let's say, 0 income, and then your spouse has 0 incomes as well. Okay. And then that's it. That is for the income for you and for your spouse. All right, if you are married. And then step number 7, that is your signature. Your signature in here. And then you put the date in here like 2025, and then the month is March, let's say the 15th. All right. And down here it is your spouse signature, and then you put the year and the month and the day in here. Okay, remember that if you don't have your spouse living with you now currently in Canada, then she or he doesn't need to sign, okay? And then you will need to provide a piece of paper saying that your spouse, like your husband or your wife, is not here in Canada with you, but living in your country, all right? And then down here you can see is only the explanation. And after that, you put all those things into one envelope, and then put you and your spouse immigration status. For example, the refugee claimant, study permit, work permit. Okay, and then your ID, for example, the passport. And of course, if you have a children, and the children, they are under 19 years of age, then you will need to provide a birth certificate to prove for their age, translated into English or French. And then you can send the forms to the tax center based on your province of living. For example, if I'm living in Ontario, then the tax center should be Sudbury Tax Center. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. I hope that whenever you apply for the GST, HST, it will be approved. All right, thank you so much and have a good day. Bye.